Alright guys, welcome to the day 3 through 4 recap of my Unused and Unloved Specialist game. And if you remember yesterday, I was fighting Kevin pretty heavily down here. And so I send in my pirate, Revered Elder. It bounces off, gets there in time to block his attack, and along with that, I counterattack at Boxlighter. But as you can see, he has enough drillers there to easily take it back. But as he takes it back, I realize that he hasn't been on in like a day. He's not moving this 44 right here that moved into Goss. They're just sitting there. I realize he's left. He's gotten destroyed. Nova, my ally, has done a great job of taking him out over here, and he's also worked together with Langox to take out Congo and Haggai right here. And so it's gone very well, and so because I realize he's gone, I just decide that I will launch another attack on Boxlighter, and I take it back. But also yesterday I predicted that Eleazar would attack me. And what do you know, I was right, he attacked. And at this point, he's not really a threat, he's just more of a nuisance that's getting in the way of me taking out more of Kevin's bases. But he moves in, I easily block at Calhamer, and, here, I'm supposed to do this. Calhamer, I block, Alfarolito, I block, so it's all good. And I even get to launch a counterattack on Serenity, and this is where the big fight really happens. We have a scuffle over this. I'm able to send in drillers, but during this whole deal with Eleazar, Nova starts talking to me, and we team up with Langox, and we decide that we're going to work together to take out Eleazar. Nova's going to fund us from the back, and me and Langox are going to do the fighting. So I'm okay with this. Eleazar attacked me, but as we're going through the process of talking with Eleazar, then or talking with Langox, I start to realize how bad he is. And Zykes, he has a really funny story about how bad Langox is. So, I told him that he should tell you that, so if he doesn't tell you that, be like, hey, Zykes, you need to tell us this, because it's funny. And so, Zykes will hopefully tell you that story. And Langox isn't that good, he hasn't impressed me, he's not that active. Eleazar's impressed me. He left the perfect number of drillers here at Serenity, 18, which he has since told me was a complete accident, but it was still well done, so I had 40 at the initial launch, so I had to wait for my next production before I could take it. And he's played well. He hasn't been mean about anything. He was nice in attacking me, and so I like Eleazar. And I offer him a deal. I said, hey, the attacks in Calhamer and El Farlito have already crashed. It's probably about right here. And I say, hey, gift me your incoming drillers. I'll send them to Proteus, and we can work together against Langox, and you'll do fine. And he said, no. He said, so, I had to go to work, I left. Come back, he's like, well, I gifted him. So, yep, for sure, he gifted the 14, and I got those. And, he was like, okay, you need to send them now, because I told him I'd send the attack immediately, but I couldn't even be online. So, the 18, unfortunately, do have to crash in. And, but we've still agreed to work together, and he has decided that, we've decided that we're going to work together. So, as soon as these, 31 incoming to Serenity here, as soon as they land, I'm going to move on to Proteus, and I'll be able to take him out there. And, actually that moves into day 5. But yep, it's probably, this is about real time. No, don't do that. This is about real time right now. I always record a little early because it's more convenient for me because I'm pretty busy. And so, the one negative side of Eleazar's attack was I was planning to drill a mine here, and I almost had one ready, but when I saw this massing, I sent out this 25. But since we're working together, I think I'm setting it up for another mine. And the only other people who've mined is Beast Mode, not really a threat, but I'm trying to get funding. And Nova has also mined, and he's the real threat. And if it comes down to it, I'll probably take him out. Please don't check the forums, Nova. I love you, man. But that's what it's gonna have to be. So yeah, I'm working with Eliezer now to be able to take down Langox. As for hires, as you can see, I've got a Minister of Energy promoted from my Tinker, and I'm not happy about that at all. I do not like Ministers of Energy in balanced games. I have 250 drillers with an 800 cap. I don't need it. I'm super offensively based, and the Minister of Energy does not help me. So that's cutting out my production, and while I haven't technically hired it yet, a lieutenant hire will be available soon, and that's what I'll have to hire. I'm glad for the lieutenant simply because of the additional speed, because, as I said, I'm a very offensive player, and so I like speed specialists. I'll usually have a couple of smugglers and helmsmen. But that's how it's gone so far. It's going decently well. I'm glad I haven't been getting destroyed because of having underperforming specialists or anything like that. And that's what's happening. Zyke's up here. He's told me he's going after beast mode. I don't have a reason to doubt that. I don't see why he'd attack from Osage to Poteka. That's not really a good move for him. But so I expect him to go after Beast Mode, which is good, because Beast Mode's kind of built up, and so I want him to take some heat off of me. So, yeah, I'll be going after Langox then, in the coming days, and we'll have to see how that battle turns out. Oh, and Kevin Otto resigned, obviously, I should mention that. But that's what happened, and so I've taken Boxlighter, and I'm just kind of sitting there now. I don't care about him anymore. So, yeah, we'll see how this unfolds, and I'll see you guys in 2 days.